In this video, I'm going to show you an example code for the Arduino board and servo motors. It's similar to what we wrote in the previous tutorial, but it gives you a little smoother of an action. In our previous tutorial, we did a video where we moved the servo motor from 10 degrees to 170 and back, but we went straight from 1 degree to the other. This sweep code is going to do that in a sweeping-like action where it's moving it 1 degree at a time. So let's look at the code. First off, this code is under File, Examples, and if you go down to Servo, you'll see Sweep, and that is this code here. Once again, we're going to include the servo header, which will do all the dirty work of controlling the servo for you. And then we're going to create a servo object, and we're calling it myServo. But once again, you can call that pretty much anything you want within reason. Obviously, you don't want a bunch of funky characters in there or too long and no spaces, but that's our servo motor object. Then we're going to create a variable. We're going to call it POS for position, and we're going to set it equal to 0. We're going to do the same void setup loop here. Well, it's not a loop, function here that we did in the previous tutorial. This setup will run once, and what it does is it tells our Arduino board that our servo motor is attached to digital pin 9. So that will go through once when the program starts up, and then we have our loop here, our void loop function that will loop forever as long as the Arduino has power. And what we're going to do is here we're going to use a for loop, and this for loop is going to say for position that equals 0, we're going to take the position as long as it is less than 180 degrees, and we are going to move the position, whatever the position is, which it will start off as 0, and set equal to that position plus 1. So basically each time it loops, it's going to take the position and add 1 to it until we hit 180. And so here we are, this is our write. So we'll have our servo motor, and we're going to write to it the position. So each loop is going to go 0 at write that. Then it's going to get 1, and then 2, and 3, 4, and it's going to write that. But at a very high rate, the delay here is only 15 milliseconds. So a very short amount of time. So we'll loop that until we hit 180, and then at this point it will start another for loop, and it says if POS equals 180, then NPOS is greater than 1, we are going to set POS to POS minus 1. So we're at 180 at this point. It's going to go 180, 179, 178, all the way down back to 1 or 0. And it's going to write that position each time, once again, with a 15 millisecond delay. So let's compile that and upload it to our board, and then we'll go and have a look at what this does in real life. The physical setup in this case is the same as our previous tutorial. We're going to put our 5 volt to the 5 volt pin on our board, and we're going to go ground to ground, and then we are going to set our data pin here to digital 9. And last time, as I said, we did a very hard movement, 10 to 170 and 10 to 170. This will do a full range sweep, but slowly. We'll plug the power in here and turn it on. And you can see that it's moving at a more sweeping motion like you would have for maybe a security camera, rather than a quick movement that you might have in a robot or something that needs to move quickly. So slight variation, but it's an example code that is available to you in the Arduino sample example codes, and I thought I'd show it to you. And now we're moving along. Next week we'll go over communicating through serial from our Arduino to our computer and back. Thank you for watching. Things are starting to get interesting, and visit filmsbychris.com for more video tutorials like this. Have a great day.